Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel once again, and welcome to this series on monitoring and logging. In the first video, I showed you how to monitor with Prometheus. At the end of that video, I told you that I'm going to show you a better way to do the same thing, especially when you are running it on a production server, and that's what I'm going to be showing you in this video. Once again, my name is Damilari Udulesi. I'm a DevOps engineer. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to share this video with as many as you can. Let's get started. I believe you will enjoy this video. Welcome once again. So let me show you the challenges we have with this method. So when you look at this now, this is my node exporter. You can see that there is something running at the terminal. So the node exporter is actually running at the terminal, and when you come to your Prometheus dashboard, you can see that we can see it. Let me toggle for you to be sure. Let me just move in between and all, and okay, you can see node exporter. You can see it's up and all. The last script was 6 seconds ago, so it's up. So what happened is that as long as this is running on the terminal, it will keep working. But if for any reason this terminal goes down, or I stop this program from running, now as I've stopped it, it won't be able to scrape it anymore. So when you come here now, you can see the last script will still see something. Let me just give it time and see. You will see that it will have 20 something seconds. Let's still give it a few seconds to do the latest scraping. It won't be able to connect to that server anymore. You see, 4 seconds ago, it can't connect anymore. So this makes this method not a good one. It means once you have issues with your terminal, maybe you have to stop it for any reason, you won't be able to scrape that server anymore. And it also means that you won't be able to use this terminal for anything else, except you have to stop this node exporter from scraping. So it's not a good one. So for this reason, I'm going to introduce you to a better way of doing this, and that is Docker. That is Docker. A few not long ago, I made a post on my LinkedIn about containerization and virtualization. So I'm not going to be doing explanation so much, but I'm going to show you. I think, yeah, this was the post. So you can just go to my LinkedIn profile to read this post. I will drop the link to this post so that you can understand containerization, virtualization, and all, and know why we're using Docker. I'm not going to be going into that explanation for now. So now let's do this whole thing again using Docker this time around. So let me come here. So we have these two running already. So let's create a new server. Let's create a new EC2. So let me just call this prom underscore docker. This is where we're going to be running our Prometheus, but this time around we are running the Prometheus as Docker image. So that's it. Okay, we're going to be using Ubuntu the same way we've been using that. Going to be using Ubuntu, same configuration as the previous video. Also, I'm going to be using this. I want to connect to my terminal on the browser. So that's fine. Okay, I'm going to be using this security group, which we created in the first video. And yes, this launch wizard one, that's what we're going to be using. I leave the rest as default, then I launch this server. Okay, I believe the server has been launched. Let's see if it is up. Okay, still pending. This is prom underscore docker. It's still pending. Let's wait. So I'm waiting for the server to be up so we can connect. Okay, it has already given public IP, so it's going to be on very soon. Uh, Let me just refresh and see. This is taking too long. Okay, okay, it's up. It's up. Is it? Okay, so let's connect to it. So I'm connecting to the terminal. Yeah. So as we wait for the terminal to come up, okay, I think okay, it's up now. So let me see. It's empty, just installation files. So I'm going to be showing you a few line of codes which we are going to be using for the. So the first step is to install and start the Docker. And these are the lines of code. I'm just going to copy everything, but let me explain it. This is going to make an update to the OS, so it will update with necessary packages that are on the OS. Then this is going to install the Docker. So you can see sudo apt install docker.io. Then this line of code is going to start the Docker, and this will enable the Docker. So I'm just going to copy everything here, and then you in your own case you should run it one after the other so that you understand how each line of code works. But I want to just run everything, so it's going to run everything at a time. So let's wait. I'm waiting for a part where it's going to ask me to say yes or no. Do you want to continue? So I type Y. Yes. Yes, now I have my Docker installed. However, if I do Docker images, at least just to access Docker, it's going to tell me permission denied. So I have to update this username and give it permission so that it can access Docker. So this is the line of code I'm going to be using. This line is going to first, this line is going to add the username, and you know this is we are running Ubuntu, so the username of uh, this server is Ubuntu, for instance. Let me just type user, sorry, users. So Ubuntu. So, so what this line of code is saying is that, hey, add Ubuntu to Docker so that it can have permission. So I've done that. I've added it. However, it will still not work because I have to restart this server. I'm just trying to show you all of this so that you understand how these things work. So I will have to now restart, and this is the line of code to restart the server. So it's going to do an immediate restart in the terminal. So once I do that, it has restarted now. So if I type Docker images, it's going to show me something you can see. So it's now connecting to Docker. However, I don't have any Docker image running here. So the next thing is to pull my Prometheus. So this is the line of code I'm going to be using to pull my Prometheus. I'm pulling the latest image of Prometheus. So I'm going to be doing this. So it's pulling the Prometheus to this server. So now if I say Docker images, let me see. So I have Prometheus Docker image on this server right now. So the next thing is to create my configuration file, which is prometheus.yaml. I believe if you watch the first video, you will understand all of this. So Prometheus.yaml, and I'm going to copy a line of code into this Prometheus.yaml file. It's still the same line of code that we used in the first video. So, so I'm going to paste this, and you know what all these are meant for. And don't forget, like I said in the first video, by default, Prometheus runs on port 9090. So I explained all of this in the first video. So let me just save this file to be sure that it is saved. Let me just check. Let me check. Yeah, so it is saved. So this is the content of the file. So the next thing now is to create my persistent volume. Now the essence of this persistent volume is that each time this Docker runs is going to be attached to this volume. So I'm creating the persistent volume and I'm calling it Prometheus volume. And I'm going to be using this volume while in the line of code to run my Docker. So let me create it, persistent volume. So now the volume has been created. I call it Prometheus volume. So the next thing is to run my line of code to run the Docker image for Prometheus. Now let me explain this. You see this? Docker run, detached, and all. And then you see, so I'm running the Docker image in a detached mode, and then restart always. This restart always means that each time this server we're using prom.docker, each time this server is up, the Docker image will automatically spin up and be running. So for any reason, if we stop this server, I didn't say terminate, don't get me wrong. I said stop, because if you terminate the server, everything on it is gone. But if we stop this server and we restart it again, the image will automatically start, and that is the essence of this line of code, this restart always. Now name, of course, my Prometheus, that's just the name I call it, publish on port 1990. I explain why we are using port 1990. And don't forget, I created that volume. So the volume, I called it Prometheus volume. So we're using it here, Prometheus volume. And this is just the line of code. So I'm just going to copy this line of code and then paste it. So I'm going to send it. So it has created it. So if I say Docker PS, let's see to be sure if we have any Docker running. Docker PS. Yes, so we have our image, our container running. This is the container name. And then, this is the container ID rather. This is the image prom./Prometheus. And don't forget where we created that image. Here, don't forget, this is the image it's referring to. And this is the, you see, created 12 seconds ago. So we have it running up now. So this Docker is up. So for us to be sure that this Docker is up, what do? Is we have to come here. So we're going to just do the same thing. We're going to open this prom address, and we're going to check. Don't forget, I explained why we have to remove this, because we don't have SSL. And then we are going to have it on port 9090. So let's see. So our Docker is up for this. So let me go and check the target. So this is the target we have. You see, so we are only targeting the Docker, the local IP yet. So the next thing now, I'm going to be creating another. So Now, like I explained, if you come here now, where is it? You can see that you don't have to run anything. You can do any other thing in this terminal and it will still be running. I'm going to show you in there. So we're going to create another instance which we want to use for our node exporter this time around. So this one, I'm going to call it, let me just call it node underscore Docker. So what I'm going to do here is to also run this node exporter on this server as a Docker image. So node exporter, I'm going to use Ubuntu, same thing we've been using, same configuration, same style. Uh, yeah, I'm going to be using this. I'm going to launch it. So let me check the instances. Okay, no Docker is still running. Sorry, it's still pending rather. This is the public IP, but still pending. So let's wait for it. Okay, now it's running. So let me just connect to it. Just connecting to the terminal straight away. So the same way we did this, so we're going to install the Docker. So it's the same style. Let me just, so same thing that I explained the other time. You install the Docker on this server first. So which is what I'm going to do right now. Okay. It's on. Let me check. Okay, nothing there, just the regular thing. So let me clear the image. Sorry, let me clear the screen rather. So let me just paste the code and it's going to do all the pulling and installation of Docker. All right, let's wait for it. Yes. Good. So just like the other ones, if I do Docker images, it's still not going to work. It's going to give me a permission issue. Sorry. You see, so I still have to do the same thing I did for the first one. Note this is very, very important when you are running this. So don't forget, I already explained everything initially. So then we're going to restart just the same way. We're restarting the Docker. Sorry, we're restarting the terminal, the server. So after restarting, then I'm going to pull. So this time around, I'm pulling node exporter. You can see here we pulled, let me show you, we pulled Docker Prometheus. We pulled Prometheus, but this time around we are pulling node exporter. So I'm going to pull the node exporter. Yes, so let's see what image do we have here. So we have this. However, let me see if it's running. It's not running. So at the moment, we don't have the Docker is here, the image is here, but it's not running. So now I have to run it, and this is the code to okay Prometheus volume. Let's leave this. Okay, this is it. So to run the container, this is the code I'm using this time around. Now let me explain this code. It's still just something like the former one. it's just a bit of difference because of we're running node exporter. So it's running on port 9100. I explained this in the first video. By default, node exporter uses port 9100, and the name is node exporter. This. So that's just it. So let me copy this and run this, and then we'll do the Docker PS again and see how. So it's running. As far as you see, it gives you this. It means it's running at the moment. So let me do Docker PS. So yes, we have our image running. You see, it's running. However, this is running. We still have to, don't forget, we have to now go back and update our uh, uh, yeah, we need to go back and update our Prometheus so that it can be able to scrape and pick things from this server. So don't forget what we are going to do. We are going to uh, let me show you. We are going to edit the YAML file. This Prometheus.yaml file. That's what we are editing. So no. Sorry, don't let me do that here. That's not for this place. Let me control copy it and then nano and then this. Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is I'm going to be adding a new job and I'm going to call that job. So this time I'm going to call it node, uh, node exporter, and then I'm going to update this, and then I'm going to show you in a moment. So this is the code. It's called node exporter. So I'm going to be changing this. Let me just show you. I'm going to be changing this. Instead of having this localhost, I'm going to update it with the IP of the server. Let me show you where that IP is. I want you to see how I'm getting it done. So node docker, that's the server, and this is the IP. So I'm just going to copy this IP. I'm going to update it here. Where is it again? Okay, so I'm going to paste it. This is it. And this time around, don't forget this is node exporter, so it's on port 9100. So that's it. So done. So I'm going to save this file. Yes. So I've saved the file. So if you come here now, because I've saved this file, I have to restart my Docker image. So let me do this. I just want to show you Docker PS. So you see this is the Docker that is running. So I want to restart this. I want to restart this container. So I'm just going to say copy. Then I'm going to do Docker restart. I'm going to paste the container name. Oh, did I copy the container? Sorry, I didn't copy the container ID. So I want to restart this container. So restarting it will make it a peak effect of whatsoever configuration we have done on the YAML file. So now it has restarted. Let me see, Docker PS. Okay, restarting. Okay. Okay, up to seconds ago. So now let me come here and let's see if it's going to pick it from here since we have restarted it. Yes, it's up. So now it has picked it. You can see this same IP. So it's up now. Now here is the difference between this and the previous video. Like I explained to you, you can see this is the node exporter terminal. we at the moment we can do any other thing with this terminal and it will still be working. So that is the beauty of Docker. Whereas for this, if because I've even already stopped this, you can see it's not going to work. So for this to be able to pick, you have to always come back here, and then you have to keep running your terminal here, which is not a good idea. So you have to keep running this the node exporter on the terminal before it can be able to work. And that is one beauty of using Docker. I will advise you to go learn and read more about Docker. You will enjoy it, and it makes life so seamless and beautiful. I'm going to see you in the next video. There are other things that I'm going to show you still on monitoring and this series. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.